The night of the rebellion and the days afterwards, that's what started things, because other towns and people started fighting back.
I'm Michael Collins of USA Today, and this is the Stonewall Inn, one of the most important landmarks in LGBTQ history. In the early morning hours of June the 28th, 1969, police raided this bar. There had been many other raids at this bar, but on this particular night, something unusual happened. The patrons fought back. The riot that happened that night kicked off a series of events that are now regarded as the beginning of the modern LGBTQ rights movement.
Stonewall was this interesting bar that opened in the center of the city. Everybody wanted to go there. Everybody wanted to at least try it out. There were 2 or 3 of every kind of gay person in the bar at any one time.
You know, you had to knock on doors to get in. If you didn't know where a gay bar was, everything was black. We were dancing by the pole, and the other side was where the cops came in, and a friend of ours, a kid we knew named Gypsy, we heard him scream at the top of his lungs, "Don't touch me." They came in nasty, pushing, shoving people, and that was not good.
We didn't know what to do. We all looked at each other but you hear a thumping, a thumping, a thumping. And the crowd opened, and there they were, the tactical police force. My God, it was an unbelievable thing to see. They were all so macho, and they were in complete outfits with shields, every kind of shield, and all this kind of equipment, and some queen yelled out there in drag. And they were annoyed. All of us had been brought to the point of despair, but this was something else. In front of our eyes, in the middle of the city, how worthless we were to these people.
We were fed up. When you get pushed by a cop or hit with a nightstick, you have to fight back.
And it was frightening. I was scared. I was saying to myself, this is very dangerous. Why don't we call the police? How do you call the police when it's the police who are doing something like this? I went from being extremely frightened inside to coming outside and being angry and not understanding why, and realizing something had to be done. I always say, the most important period of time was from Stonewall to the first Gay Pride, because that's where we created a community where there was none before. We started placing ads in newspapers. I created a campaign to disrupt TV networks. And all of a sudden, talk shows are calling gay people and asking to come on. Invisibility was smashed. We ended it.
So we went from Stonewall, the riots, the entire movement, and then a number of years ago, Stonewall was dedicated as a national monument. Tell me why that's important.
I think it's really important to realize that throughout America, there are many places people go to celebrate their heritage, their culture, or their feeling of patriotism. If you want to feel proud about your patriotism in America, you might come to Independence Hall. If you want to feel proud about the building of the LGBT community and where that started, you come to Stonewall. When the Trump administration took away the T from LGBT at Stonewall, I'm living proof that he can't do that, because I am a witness to history, and my trans brothers and sisters were with me that night. We had to fight back that night, and we will continue to fight back now against this administration.
Most people, when you talk about transgender people, Arkansas is not a state that immediately comes to mind.
Well, I don't go out of Little Rock itself. This area. But I find that if you meet people one-on-one and get to know them or see them on a regular basis, they don't have no problem with that. The gays and lesbians had taken over. It became their right and stuff. For years, I didn't have anything to do with it personally because I felt they had overshadowed us.
What kind of prompted this story was the Trump administration's recent decision to remove any reference to transgender people from the Stonewall National Monument. Give me your reaction to what they've done.
It's just terrible. They keep continually attempting to eradicate us. Being transgender is not the road to hell, you know? And the thing is that we can enjoy this because we're living our true lives. And they're blinded by that. They really do want to have a sense of freedom, a sense of who they are, you know, and they can't. This is what I was meant to be, and I could tell be it whether they approve or not.
The Stonewall Uprising was begun by all of our communities. It was begun by trans women, by gender non-conforming women, by trans men, by gay men, by lesbians, bisexual men, by all of our communities.
I think it's cowardism on the part of the Trump administration to go after the trans community. They don't go after the L and the G of that group because over the years, by being visible, we become normalized in a sense.
It's a tragedy, but it's something that we can anticipate. I mean, the idea whether the government doesn't recognize it or not, you know, is one thing. The point is that we as the gay public, or we as the gay receptors of history do. The great thing about Stonewall is become a verb. It's become an action word. Gay people now have a history. And now this is giving them a geography. It's a start. It's a start in reclaiming our history.